A shocking discovery in the attic of Gene Hackman's mansion has sent shockwaves through the public. But why are police refusing to reveal what they found at first Hackman's death at 95 alongside his wife Betsy Arakawa seemed like a tragic but natural event. However, investigators have now turned their focus to a hidden attic space in his Santa Fe home, one that wasn't included in the original blueprints. What was found inside and why are authorities being so secretive? Was this attic the key to Hackman's final days, or could it hold evidence of something far more sinister? In this video, we'll explore the chilling details of the attic, the shocking evidence police may be withholding, and how it could rewrite everything we thought we knew about Gene Hackman's mysterious death. Stay tuned. This case is far from closed. Gene Hackman was more than just a Hollywood legend. He was an icon of cinema, known for his commanding presence and unforgettable performances over a career spanning more than 5 decades. He starred in some of the most critically acclaimed films of all time, including The French Connection, Unforgiven, and Superman, where he brought the infamous Lex Luthor to life. He won 2 Academy Awards and left an indelible mark on the film industry before retiring from acting in 2004. In his later years, he embraced a quiet life, away from the spotlight, settling in Santa Fe, New Mexico with his wife, Betsy Arakawa. His passing at 95 was expected, given his age, but it was the eerie circumstances surrounding his and Betsy's deaths that left the world stunned. Hackman's estate was a secluded $4 million Adobe-style mansion, reflecting both luxury and privacy. Nestled in the peaceful landscapes of Santa Fe, the property was a fortress of solitude for the aging actor. Surrounded by high walls and security gates, the home was designed for comfort and isolation. Despite its serene beauty, neighbors often described an air of mystery surrounding the estate Hackman and his wife kept to themselves, rarely seen engaging with the community. The home itself, while modernized, had sections that remained untouched for years, including a largely ignored attic space that would later become the center of a chilling mystery. The timeline leading to their deaths was filled with unsettling details. The couple had not been heard from in over a week when a maintenance worker entered their home on February 26, 2025, and discovered both Gene and Betsy deceased in separate rooms. Initially, speculation centered around carbon monoxide poisoning, but that theory was quickly ruled out. The bodies showed no immediate signs of foul play, no forced entry, no robbery, no struggle. Yet something didn't add up. Jean was found lying near the front entryway, fully dressed, as if he had been about to leave. Betsy was discovered in the bathroom near a toppled space heater, and scattered pills. One of their dogs was found dead in a closet, while 2 others roamed the house malnourished but alive. The eerie state of the scene left investigators searching for answers. As authorities combed through the house, they began uncovering strange clues. Objects were found in unusual places. Symbols were marked on personal belongings, and a particular focus was drawn to the attic, a space that wasn't included in the home's original blueprints. Investigators became increasingly secretive about their findings, refusing to disclose what they had discovered. But why? What had they found in the attic that changed the course of the investigation? As speculation grew, it became clear that Hackman's death was far more than just an ordinary passing. It was a mystery that was only beginning to unravel. As investigators searched Gene Hackman's sprawling Santa Fe estate, they combed through every room, searching for clues that could explain the strange circumstances of his and Betsy Arakawa's deaths. At first, nothing seemed out of place. There were no signs of forced entry, no clear indications of foul play, and no immediate hazards like gas leaks or toxins in the air. But then, their attention turned to a part of the house that had gone largely unnoticed for years. The attic. Unlike the rest of the house, the attic was an area few people ever visited. It wasn't featured in the home's official floor plans, and even longtime staff members and friends of the couple had no recollection of Hackman ever mentioning it. The entrance to the attic was hidden behind an unassuming wooden panel in a storage room, almost as if it had been deliberately concealed when officers finally pried open the entryway and climbed inside. What they found left them in shock. The attic was unlike the rest of the meticulously kept mansion. It was cluttered with aged wooden crates, stacks of yellow documents, and personal belongings that looked as if they had been untouched for decades. The air was thick with dust, and cobwebs hung from the ceiling, suggesting the space had been undisturbed for years. But the deeper they searched, the more unsettling the discoveries became. Among the old memorabilia were objects that didn't seem to belong, items that raised immediate questions about Hackman's past and what he might have been hiding. Reports surfaced that the police found a collection of documents that seemed deliberately hidden away. Some were financial records with unusual transactions. Others were handwritten notes that didn't match Hackman's known handwriting. Even more disturbing were a series of photographs, some featuring John himself alongside unidentified individuals, their faces blurred or obscured. Investigators became particularly tight-lipped. After this discovery, refusing to disclose the details of what had been found, adding to the intrigue, forensic experts noted that dust patterns in the attic were recently disturbed, suggesting that someone had accessed the space not long before Hackman's death. But who and why had John himself been looking through these forgotten belongings? Or had someone else been inside his home, searching for something? The secrecy surrounding the attic's contents only deepened. The mystery authorities refused to release further information, fueling speculation that whatever they had found could be directly tied to the deaths of Gene Hackman and his wife. Question now loomed: was the attic simply a forgotten storage space? Or was it the key to unlocking the truth behind a hidden past, one that may have ultimately led to Gene Hackman's tragic end, with authorities refusing to disclose the full details of what they found in Gene Hackman's attic? Speculation has run wild. What could possibly have been hidden away in a forgotten space of his mansion? For so many years, the theories range from the mundane to the downright chilling, with some suggesting that these hidden artifacts could hold the key to understanding the mysterious circumstances of his and Betsy Arakawa's deaths. One of the most intriguing possibilities is the presence of old documents and file, potentially records from Hackman's past that were never meant to be seen. Could they be related to classified projects, hidden financial dealings, or even a secret aspect of his personal life? Some investigators believe that these documents may contain information that Hackman himself had kept buried for decades, whether for his own protection or to keep others from discovering the truth. Personal effects and photographs also raise serious questions. Some reports suggest that among the items found were black and white photos of Hackman with unidentified figures, some with faces obscured or crossed out. Could these images hint at secret meetings, hidden relationships, or even conflicts that never made it into the public eye? If so, who were these individuals, and why were their identities concealed? If the police have identified any of these people, it could explain why they are being so secretive about their findings. Adding to the mystery are rumors of a much darker discovery. Some believe that the attic contained old notebooks filled with cryptic messages or handwritten notes about clandestine activities. If true, this could suggest that Hackman had been involved in something far more secretive than anyone ever imagined. Could he have been keeping a journal of things he witnessed or knew something so sensitive that it made him a target? Another compelling theory is that the attic housed financial records that might hint at hidden wealth offshore accounts or even signs of fraud, with Hackman's estate worth over $80 million. It's possible that someone stood to gain from uncovering or suppressing certain financial secrets. Would these records reveal a dispute that led to his untimely death? If Hackman had been looking through these files in the days before his passing, could he have uncovered something dangerous? Something that someone didn't want him to know? Perhaps the most bizarre speculation involves strange, unidentified tools or devices discovered among the attic's clutter. While this could simply be old movie props from Hackman's extensive Hollywood career, some have suggested that they could be linked to a side project or hidden research he was involved in. Could Hackman have been experimenting with something unconventional? Some sources claim that whatever was found in the attic was so unusual that it immediately raised concerns among investigators. The deeper the mystery goes, the more pressing the question becomes. Did John Hackman know something he wasn't supposed to? Could this attic, long ignored and forgotten, be the final puzzle piece in a story of deception, danger, and possibly even murder? Authorities may be keeping their discoveries a secret for now, but one thing is clear: something about that attic doesn't add up. Since the discovery of hidden items in Gene Hackman's attic, authorities have remained tight-lipped, refusing to disclose exactly what was found. While initial reports suggested that investigators were merely conducting routine searches, the secrecy surrounding this part of the investigation has raised serious questions. Why haven't officials released more details? What could possibly be so sensitive that even the public is being kept in the dark? One possible explanation is that authorities are deliberately withholding key details to prevent public panic or speculation. If the attic contained documents or personal notes that pointed to something controversial, whether in Hollywood politics or financial dealings, it would make sense for law enforcement to carefully control what information gets out there. Is also the possibility of an ongoing investigation, meaning they may not want to tip off certain individuals who could be involved in whatever secrets Hackman left behind. Some have even suggested a potential cover-up. Could the items found in Hackman's attic reveal a larger conspiracy? If investigators stumbled upon evidence of something sinister, such as records of hidden transactions, blackmail material, or classified information, it might explain why they're keeping a tight grip on the case. The authorities may fear that if the truth were to come out, it could damage the reputations of powerful individuals or institutions. Another chilling theory is that Hackman's past may have tied him to covert government projects or underground networks. Some Hollywood figures, especially those with military or political connections, have been rumored to have been involved in secret operations. Could Hackman have known something he wasn't supposed to? Was he in possession of information that certain agencies wanted to remain hidden? If so, his attic could have been more than just a storage space. It could have been a vault, classified secrets that certain entities never wanted to see the light of day. Even Hackman's Hollywood career could play a role in this unfolding mystery. Over the years, the entertainment industry has been linked to hidden scandals, secret dealings, and even espionage. Was Hackman inadvertently caught up in something far more dangerous than the public ever knew? If there was any indication that his death was connected to unresolved business from his past, it might explain why officials are keeping such a tight grip on the investigation. For now, the lack of transparency only fuels speculation. What did police really find in Gene Hackman's attic? And more importantly, why don't they want us to know? As investigators continue to dig into Gene Hackman's death, the discovery of strange items in his attic has raised chilling questions. Could the contents of this hidden space hold the key to understanding what really happened to Hackman? And his wife, was his passing simply a natural end to a long life? Or do these new findings suggest something far more sinister? One of the most critical aspects of the investigation revolves around Hackman's health. Leading up to his death while he was 95 years old, reports suggest he remained mentally sharp and relatively active. There were no recent hospitalization or known life-threatening condition. However, was there something happening behind the scenes that no one knew about? Could Hackman have been battling an undisclosed illness, perhaps one that required experimental treatment? Some speculate that the attic may have contained hidden medical records, old prescriptions, or even research materials on alternative medicine, possibly linked to an unapproved or secretive treatment. That could have gone terribly wrong. Even more disturbing is the theory that substances found in the attic could be connected to Hackman's sudden passing. Could vials of strange substances, pills, or even hazardous chemicals have been hidden away unnoticed until now? If authorities discovered traces of an experimental drug or poison, it could change the entire narrative of his death. Was Hackman unknowingly exposed to something dangerous? Or worse, was someone intentionally administering a substance to him? Without his knowledge, the presence of hidden medications or toxic compounds could explain why the toxicology reports have taken so long as forensic experts work to determine if anything unusual was in his system. Another theory suggests that Hackman's cause of death may have involved internal injuries or poisoning that wasn't immediately obvious. In the initial autopsy, standard examinations look for external wounds or trauma, but some toxins or slow-acting poisons leave almost no trace at first glance if something was hidden in the attic, such as syringes, powders, or handwritten notes detailing an unknown medical regimen. It might provide the missing link investigators need. Could someone close to Hackman have been administering something over time? Was there a long-term plot unfolding behind the scenes? Then, there's the most controversial theory of all. Did Hackman have a secret plan for his final days? Some speculate that the attic may hold evidence that he was preparing for his own carefully orchestrated exit. Was he involved in something so dangerous that he knew he had to disappear? Could the attic contain messages, coded writings, or financial documents that suggested he was tying up loose ends? And if so, what role did his wife play in this? Was she a part of this decision? Or was she an unsuspecting victim? With each passing day, more questions arise. The attic, once considered just another storage space, may actually hold the final missing pieces of Gene Hackman's mysterious death. But will the truth ever be revealed? Or are investigators deliberately keeping the most shocking details from the public? The discovery of hidden items in Gene Hackman's attic has sparked endless speculation about what secrets may have been buried there. Could these findings rewrite the story of his mysterious death? Investigators remain tight-lipped, but theories have emerged ranging from financial deception to shocking hidden truths about his life. One of the most compelling theories is that Hackman's attic contained a secret escape plan. Despite his retirement from Hollywood, was he involved in something that made him want to disappear? Some believe he may have been preparing for an emergency. A hidden exit emergency funds or coded instructions left behind. Was Hackman fearful for his safety? Did he uncover something in his final days that made him think he needed an escape route? If so, could this explain the strange circumstances of his and his wife's sudden deaths? Another chilling possibility is that the attic contained evidence of blackmail or threats. Was someone trying to silence Gene Hackman? If authorities found letters, emails, or even voice recordings of threats against him, it could suggest that he was targeted. Could there have been an unknown person with something to gain from his death? A former business associate, a financial advisor, or even someone from his past with a vendetta? If such evidence exists, why hasn't it been made public? There is also speculation that the attic may have housed connections to former associates, or people Hackman wanted to forget a career as long and influential as his inevitably leads to powerful connections, some of which could be dangerous. Were there old photos, documents, or even letters linking Hackman to controversial figures? If investigators found something of this nature, it could explain why they are hesitant to release details. Could someone from his past have resurfaced in his final days, leading to his tragic fate? Even more bizarre is the idea that Hackman had a dark hobby or secret project that he never wanted the world to know about. Some theorists suggest that he could have been involved in underground research, controversial financial dealings, or even an entirely different life. Outside of the public eye, was there a side of Gene Hackman that no one knew about? Could the attic contain inventions, journals, or classified documents that reveal a hidden double life? Ultimately, the biggest question remains if the attic contained something harmless. Why would authorities keep it a secret? If it was just old movie memorabilia or personal keepsakes, there would be no reason to hide it from the public. But the secrecy surrounding the attic suggests that what was found could be explosive, something that could change the way we see Gene Hackman, his death, and possibly even the people around him. The world is waiting for answers. But will they ever come? Or is this one Hollywood mystery? It will remain buried forever. The discovery of hidden items in Gene Hackman's attic has completely changed the direction of the investigation. Initially ruled as a natural passing case, has now drawn the attention of federal investigators with the FBI stepping in to examine what exactly was found in the secluded space above his New Mexico mansion. Authorities have remained tight-lipped about the attic's contents, but sources close to the case suggest that something significant has been uncovered, something that could change everything. As it stands, the official investigation remains active. Law enforcement has refused to classify Hackman's death as purely natural, instead keeping all possibilities open. The fact that forensic teams have continued analyzing evidence from the attic long after the bodies were found suggests that authorities are looking for connections between Hackman's final days and what was hidden inside his home. What did they find that required such a detailed and prolonged investigation? And more importantly, why haven't they shared those details with the public? This secrecy has led to widespread speculation, with fans, investigators, and conspiracy theorists alike piecing together their own theories some believe that the attic could contain evidence of a financial conspiracy, possibly linking Hackman's death to hidden money, secret bank accounts, or fraudulent dealings. Others think the attic might hold personal letters, documents, or recordings, messages that could shed light on Hackman's state of mind before his death, or even expose a dangerous secret he was keeping. The most extreme theories suggest that the attic could contain classified materials, or evidence of a cover-up involving powerful figures from Hackman's past. With each passing day, the mystery deepens and the demand for answers grows louder. The lack of transparency from law enforcement has only fueled speculation, leaving the public to wonder if there's a deliberate effort to suppress information. If there was nothing significant in the attic, why the silence? If this was simply a case of an elderly couple passing away, why is the FBI involved? The more authorities try to keep details hidden, the more people begin to suspect that there is something bigger at play. The truth behind Gene Hackman's attic could be the key to solving the biggest unanswered questions surrounding his death. Was he hiding something that someone didn't want the world to see? Did the contents of the attic reveal a motive for murder? Or was this simply a case of a man taking his final secrets to the grave? Whatever the case, one thing is certain. The world is watching, and the demand for the truth is only getting stronger. The final piece of the puzzle may still be locked away in that attic, but how long will it remain hidden?